Welcome to session one, influence and reaching KPIs, your pitch and your profile. We're going to focus on the two P's and we're going to go into more depth about 7-11-4. These concepts will help set you free. The world is your oyster and you have the ability to build your brand with this strategy. Let's get started. First off, people buy from people. Trust drives business. People buy from people. They don't buy from companies. We've spoken about it before in other videos, but here I want you to grab this concept because social media has driven this. When you think of people, you connect with people. You don't necessarily connect with companies. It's a different transaction. It's a different mindset. That's why when you look at Oprah, she's probably got 100 companies, but you know of Oprah. Joe Rogan, he's doing all kinds of things, but you know of Joe Rogan. Brendan Bouchard, bunch of companies, but you know of Brendan Bouchard. Tim Cook, maybe he's investing in a bunch of companies, but you know of him because he runs Apple. Elon Musk, the Einstein of our day, bunch of companies, but you know of him. So people connect with people. They buy from people, and that's what you as a business have to make that mental shift. You have to think about you are the magic. You are the brand. Anything's possible when you promote you. It's not like you're asking people to see what you ate for breakfast or stuff about your kids. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about you shining out your vision, your purpose, your business, so people can come into the world. Because when they meet you, they're going to search you. And when they search you and you have a good pitch down, that's our first P. Let's go to our first P. Pitch. We generate leads, create cash flow, and build thriving communities. That's our pitch. Now, if you say nothing, if you don't ask me a question, I don't go into a long 5-minute, 10-minute explanation of my business because you're not interested. But if you say, how do you generate leads? Then I'm going to continue the conversation. If you don't, I'm going to ask you about you and find out about you. But I want you to lean in to ask. That's what the 11 is. And we're going to get into that in a few minutes. 7. Get these numbers: 7, 11, 4. People have to consume 7 hours of you. Think of a circle. And inside that circle, there's like 150 people. That's the circle of friends that you have. As a person, you have to go into that circle. If you see, and we've talked about it before, a big crowd and you recognize one person in that big crowd because you know them, you're familiar with them. That's the journey you have to go on. So when I search you, I have to be able to see enough content to go on a journey. And that journey is actually 7 hours. When you look at, let's see here, I'll show you this. When you look at this gentleman, Robert Denbar, he came up with the number of hours that you need to interact with somebody before you care about them is 7. It's that know, like, and trust. So to get to know people online, 7 hours. So you got to create podcasts, workshops, webinars, have a book out there. Do things that give people the ability to consume you. When I read your book, let's say it takes me 3 hours. That's 3 hours of the 7. So now I got to maybe listen to a podcast, maybe go to a video, see you on LinkedIn. I'm now on 4 platforms. Remember, we said 7, 11, 4, and we're going to go into the next one is people buy stuff when they make 11 interactions. It's called the Zero Moment of Truth by Google. It's basically based on searching, which is buying signals. I'm interested in knowing more about this product. So the number is actually 10.6 or something to be exact, but we round it off at 11. Once you make 11 interested buying signals where you're raising your hand, you're on the journey to know, like, and trust. Now I have to consume 7 hours of you, make 11 buying signals, and then the next one is 4 different platforms: podcast, an assessment, a book, a magazine, a video, a LinkedIn post. Any of these are different. They have to be four different platforms. When you do that, the brain just shifts. You've now entered the 150 of people that are familiar with you. So if the person goes on a journey, listens to you 7 hours, they make 11 buying signals where they buy your book, subscribe, take an assessment, different things, but they do 11 and they see you on 4 different platforms, they're know, like, and trust you. And online, you have to be thinking of the digital know, like, and trust. It's so critical because we have 6 major trends. The digital asset trend. People can do business with you around the world. When you look at the number of people that will have a mobile device by 2030, I probably need to get that for you, but it's incredible because more people are able to be connected with satellites so they can get connections halfway around the world. So you're going to be able to do business around the world. So you have to position your company, and you are the company, you are the brand. You have to be the key person of influence. When you are and you practice pitch, got to get your pitch down. The entrepreneur that makes thousands and thousands of pitches is the one that's going to win. You always got to be pitching. When somebody says, "What do you do?" I generate leads, I create cash flow, and I build thriving communities. Stop, let them ask a question, give them time to process it. And if they say, "Tell me about cash flow. How do you generate cash flow?" We do podcasting, publishing, and building thriving communities. We do it through a published magazine, through high performance coaching. We do it in a way that we create cash right away for people, because if you have no leads and no cash, you have no business. So you don't need an elaborate website. You don't need to spend all this money on marketing stuff. You've got to get your pitch down. You have to be able to position yourself to get your first client. Because if you can't get the first client, you certainly can't build your business. So you focus on that first, get the cash in the door. Cash is king. Without leads, you have a hobby. Without cash flow, you have a hobby. Nothing wrong with hobbies, but don't think it's a business. That's why you have to know your key performance indicators, your KPIs. Your KPIs are on how many presentations are you making a week? How many partnerships do you have? How many products, digital products, do you have? You got to keep track of these because those are assets Those are things you can measure. You improve what you measure. We improve what we measure. If you can't measure it, you can't improve it. So when you're looking at your business, one, you're the magic, you're the brand, people buy from people. Two, you got to think, how do I generate leads? If you're putting that content out there and people are going on that journey of 11, 7, 11, 4, then you are taking them, bringing them in to your circle, their circle, excuse me. And you want, because time is critical. People don't have, they only have 24 hours. So people are busy. And if you don't have a way to stand out because you are the brand, because you have enough content that they can consume and they can make buying signals, raising their hand, saying they're interested in knowing more. Though your book is just to get to know you. It's not a novel. It's not War and Peace. It's not 1,000 pages. It's a book for people to get to know you. And you have to have four different platforms that they're going to see you on. So when we sum this up, I want you to think 7, 11, 4. Focus on that. Be able to put your content out there. Podcasts is what we do, courses. And we put it out there so people can, when they meet you, they go on a journey with you. And think that when you look at the market now, we are in a digital revolution. So being a key person of influence and having online courses and podcasting will put you in the digital. You're in the digital space. So we're going to see you at the next session. We're going to talk about content output, consistency, and the product and the presentation. Look forward to seeing you session 2. Thank you so much. Be bold, make a difference, and have fun. Be bold.